So really quickly, I'll tell you that that's not necessarily wrong. Okay, so take your grip. But when you do it, you've got to hit that line without going anywhere, not without reaching this. So, right, that's where you find it. That's the only difference. You know what I mean? That way you're not working away from it.
So, I don't know. I try to fix it. And this is how I do it right now.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really good. Yeah, that's nice.
Is it okay?
Yeah, good.
So right now I'm feeling I maintain this angle, and I don't go this way.
Right.
This way, and then at here, I try to point my thumb towards a perpendicular.
Yeah, right.
Parallel to the
target line. Yeah.
And I think it gets me in the position.
So here, do it one more time. There's still a little tendency to get it a little outside the line. I don't mind if it's going outside the line a little bit if you're letting the club shallow and come back. But again, if we're talking about all the lines, when you take it away, go ahead and go to the backswing. And now, I want this to clear a little bit more. Yeah, right.
What about hands? Do I feel like I'm pushing down a little bit?
So you can, if you're having trouble setting your hands on the backswing, some people will have that sensation like they're pushing down on it. But I don't think that you have to do that, right? So, for example,
just open up the
Right. So one of the ways I always used to think about it too, for people who have good swings and good flexibility, is if I make a line where your knees are, don't ever let your knees break this line. So when you push that hip back,
doesn't break.
Right. This might slide parallel down that line, but it's not going. Right. But if you take this too far out, everything starts to slide with it just a little bit. So let's just say we had both. Everything is initially like, this is the farthest point away from the golf ball you're ever going to be, right? So take your grip and stand. So we got the knees not touching the line, your hands not touching the line. And just show me the backswing. Knees,
The reason that my left knee kicks in.
Right. So we wanted to kind of slide there, and that's really pushes the hip back. Right. So just show me backswing. You're not going to hit it, okay? Yeah, we hit it a little bit. Okay, that's good. A little bit more inside. Yeah, now all the way to the top. Okay, good. Okay, so do it one more time. All the way to the top. All right, that's that one I like. Look at how loaded this is. You can really feel it in here, right? And the club definitely didn't go outside. Everything was following the hip. So that's something that, because if you want it, like optimal hip turn, right? This is going to work away from the target. So here's my knee line. When I go back, I'm working away from that, and this foot's really corkscrewing into the ground, really trying to create some torque. Remember on the downswing, that 45 that we talked about, I want your hips to work down that line and open. If I work this way, I can really use the ground for leverage as I turn. So a lot of tour players are pushing off the ground, going open that way. So don't hit this one, but go to the top. Remember, so this is going to be instantly back. So just backswing. Right, so right there. Now your hips here, right? So now on the downswing, this is going to work that way. That's the perfect. And your arms are just following that motion. I like that. I mean, you weren't making a big mistake a minute ago when you were explaining to me what you're doing. Was it slightly outside the line? Yes, but more so that it was creating width, not that it was a big error. Right, so... Did you? What happened to your plastic one? You'll see a lot of professional players, take it ever so slightly wider to create width, to create a bigger arc and give themselves more room to drop down into it. But if you're taking it wider and the legs and the knees are working into the golf ball, then your hips really have to double back, and that's really hard. So I want the hips to be independent. I want them to really move like they're getting out of the way. Yeah, that's great. I mean, you might have pulled it a little bit, but hips are really getting out of way nicely.
Right now I'm focusing my right hip to clear it out.
Yeah, good.
Get back to.
So, really sit into it, but I'm going to leave this here.
Hit the ball.
Yeah, let's hit it. Hold on, let me do this one, and then I'll come see you. If you hit this, though, stop. A little bit, right? You feel it? Yeah, sure. There you go. That's all I got. So the question then would be, well, why are you moving too far out? Generally because it's starting first. If set up to that one.
My hand is starting.
Yeah. It's initiated in the backswing first. If this was actually moving first, it would turn your shoulders too. Right? Does that make sense?
I'll try to.
So, right. So let this go. Let this follow, and the hands be the last thing that moves essentially. That's better. So if you saw it in like a slow motion move, or it would almost be hips sinking, shoulders dragging, golf club whipping, right? Now that still allows the club to stay outside. I go 1, I go 2, and then finally I go 3. The club head's still outside my hands, but it's working around my body. So I'm not getting stuck. This is in front of me, and then I could set it, and then my hips could jump out of the way the other way and extend down the line, right? We had the target line, right? We set up to it like we're going to hit it. Right? So if I left this here, I want you to hit it.
Right.
It's not that close, but it seems close. But that's essentially the exaggeration. Right. But it's going to force you down. It's going to force you underneath it.
I know what you're trying to do.
Yeah. It's scary. I know. I used to do that all the time. I want to do one thing, but go ahead and hit it. I'm curious when you get it somewhat close. Alright, so set up to that one. It's just as a scare tactic, right? And again, you're not, so everything's doing. Let's put this one. I just want to see it with you. We know that there's something there. You're good. Even if you hit it, it's not going to hurt you. It's okay. Okay, I know that you're going to take that. It's fine. Let's see that one really fast. So do the same thing. Let the hip go, let the shoulder go, let the hands go, and don't touch. If you touch this, stop. Let's see that one. Curious.
I think my hip was the main cause. I can open up my.
Yeah, getting it deeper. As I always call getting it deeper. Yeah, I mean your swing plane's great though. I want to take one more picture. Okay, I want you to hit this one, and I'm going to push the shaft a little bit as you go back. You're probably going to miss it because of how inside it feels, but okay, ready. Like that's not outside. I'm not letting it go outside.
Good shot.
So it's gonna feel like. What's wrong? Why the face? Well, I'll get you another bucket.
What if I just preset it a little bit behind?
Sure. There's a lot of guys that do that.
Instead of moving first, just wait
and
to set it out.
you don't even have to do it to where it's like closing your stance. It's just set back. You're almost into it, and then there's a lot of guys that do that. There's a lot of triggers that people use, to initiate the motion, and some of them will trigger back with the hip. Yeah, it's a good way to do it.
I think when I was practicing it felt a little bit better.
Yeah.
Instead of doing this, just preset it a little bit.
Yeah, I got it. It doesn't interact with your swing plane at all, so. Yeah. I mean, that's just optimizing rotation and not getting your body in or out. So your swing plane can be completely separate from that. So I don't mind that at all. Yeah, it's good. All right, guys, you did good.